Well, the American dream is still alive, but the cost of achieving it surging. Lauren Simonetti has that side of things.
I don't think anyone is going to want to hear this. I mean, this is just a pessimistic report. So I'm sorry ahead of time. Living the American dream now costs over $5 million per household. That is over the course of a lifetime, if that makes you feel any better. It's according to a new report by Investopedia. Problem is, it's just under $3 million for an individual with a bachelor's degree. The outlet calculating the 8 pillars of a classic American middle-class aspiration, suggesting they put away more than $1 million for retirement. But look how much you're going to need for the other expenses, things like health care. Health care coming in at $414,000. Home ownership, raising 2 kids and paying for their college. Owning a car. Yearly vacations, what is that, $180K? Spending for pets, which is just about the same as spending on your own wedding. So this is really eye-popping. But the issue is, look, if you speak to financial planners, they say start early. If you put about $500 a month away in your 20s, you'll have about $1.5 million in your 60s. And they say don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. So if you know the American dream costs so much money and you're worried about not having enough for it, start early with whatever you can.
But okay, so Greg, but are people doing that from what you see?
I think they are to a certain extent. It's a good point. You have to start early. I think the more educated we are, and we are more educated now than when I was growing up in terms of investing and putting your money away. So I do think there is some of that going on. But, you know, to Lauren's point, I mean, the numbers are staggering right now. It's not just, you know, the cost of homes. You look at insurance, you look at car insurance, you look at homeowners insurance, you look at real estate taxes in general. It is very tough right now for a lot of people, especially the younger generation.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Well, that's tough for your generation, though, Chris. And
Yeah.
you've been through that. You've talked about that.
Well, and of course, when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. But ultimately, a lot of this is downstream from public policy. And so if we can get this permitting bill that we're working on in Washington done, at least to the housing side of things, we can start to solve these problems, because we've seen groups fight against new housing in dense urban areas using the National Environmental Policy Act, the Endangered Species Act. I know that we don't want to come out opposed to those kind of things, but that is going to be the most effective thing to help build supply, and it actually protects the environment, because new houses are cleaner, they're more efficient, and it keeps housing from having to sprawl into our beautiful natural environment. Yeah. And both of those are environmental
That's
wins.
The EPA, and that is Lee
100%.
Zeldin.
Right, yeah.
But I'm glad that you're bringing up federal ways, because you have to figure out how to deal with some of these stupid ordinances at the local level.
Totally.
But by the way, thank you for mentioning pets. You know, they're very expensive. I can attest to that.